You're trying to explain why it's in America's vital interest to start a nuclear war to defend Latvia.
No, I did not say that.
Well, that's what we'd be obligated to
It's
do.
in America's vital interest to defend other countries around the world that are trying to become democracies, that are trying to promote freedom, that are trying to promote individual rights. They're trying to protect human rights and, most importantly, protect rule of law. That's what Latvia, the other Baltic states that have joined NATO successfully are doing, and we should encourage that by extending that security umbrella to them, which is what NATO has done.
So in other words, our kids get to die for Latvia because it somehow protects the rule of law for them to do that. And I'm just asking, does the average American understand that we're on the hook for this? I think that's a real question, which is trying to be ignored. They're trying to shut down the conversation.
You have to look at history. If Latvia and the other Baltic states fall to an aggressive Russia, ultimately other countries in Europe will fall. And ultimately, it will come back to us anyway, just like World War II. It's these same arguments people made against in favor of not doing anything against Germany and the Nazis in World War II. The exact same argument you just made is what pacifists argue.
I'm not actually making that argument.
Yes, you are.
The Nazis don't exist, and neither does the Soviet Union. I'm making an argument rooted in 2019, which is where we are right now. And I'm interested, very interested, since you brought it up, in what Western European countries do you think are at threat of being invaded by Russia?
Well, certainly the countries that have recently joined NATO, the Baltic states are a threat. That's why you brought them up. But other countries that are not yet part of NATO, countries that are not yet part of NATO.
The core of Western Europe.
Okay, Ukraine is not part of NATO yet, right?
But the reason part of the Soviet Union when I got married, like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it wanted to be free, and now it is free.
Lots of people want to be free. I'm just saying,
and it deserves to be free.
But in Western Europe, what countries, the core countries of Western Europe, NATO exist? Poland is not a core country in Western Europe.
So as Tucker mentioned, this video took place in 2019. And he's asking the gentleman like several times, what country in Western European is in danger of being invaded by Russia? And if you didn't catch this, but or just rewind the video and watch it, every time the guy gave Tucker an answer, it was wrong. And you could even tell, like, when he started to answer the question, like the first time when he was asked, he was kind of like shaky a little bit in trying to answer his question. You can just tell, like, he was not knowing the answer to this question. And one of the things that the guy said to Tucker, that kind of had me pause a little bit was when he says, you know, take a look at history. And when you take a look at history, there's so many things we learned when we went to war that we would never do again. But it just seems like that we just continue to repeat our mistakes. So Tucker's trying to say, you know, why are we responsible, you know, for helping all these countries? Why are we on the hook for that? And then that's when the guy went into, you know, about history and mentioning a couple of things like the Nazis and stuff. And Tucker's like, they're not even around now. I'm talking about right now. So that was kind of a weird conversation. It didn't really seem like the gentleman had a lot of his facts in place or even a strong talking point to have this conversation with Tucker. I don't know what you thought, but that's pretty much what I got from it.